Hello, collective and chosen ones. Welcome to my channel. It's always nice to have you here. Know that you're always loved and appreciated. If this is the first time you're here, welcome. And for all regular viewers, welcome back. So this channel is about building and generating a high frequency and momentum of energy. At any given time, you're given the tools to navigate through life using your internal energy of source and tapping in, connecting with source to navigate through life. So today I'm going to be updating you with some energy and intensive kind of vibration that's coming through. In between, I'll be channeling some messages and giving you some tips on how to continue with building abundance, as well as some tarot cards. So the first message is that some of you are receiving or copying some psychic attacks. There's quite a bit of jealousy around you because people can sense that you're elevating and they don't know how to hang on to you, or they're trying to hang on to you, but it's not working. The more they're trying to do that, the more it backfires, or the more you're pulling away. Low vibration is like viruses, so be very careful and mindful as how you feel during the day at every given time. If you feel low, it means that some negative energy or entity is tapping into your field. So is to continuously work on yourself and have some meditation and being in touch with spirit. You are no longer bound to low vibration, or you're heading there. And you're closing out cycles in order to manifest. Now, if you don't close out cycles, you can still manifest, but the abundance level is not going to be that high. Or it could be something that you manifested that's in a low vibration. So it's very important to write down and take note of what needs to be cleared out. After you've done that, your gifts will be received rapidly. Spirit is really wanting to reward you, but Spirit can't do that without your free will. With free will, Spirit cannot do that. You have to invite that in. But in order for you to receive these gifts that you want, you have to clear out. It's like clearing out a house. You can't have a dirty house and expect to be in a healthy environment. It has to be done. So for all of you that have done the work, finally it's victory. You're a spiritual warrior. You work closely with spirit and with energy, and you're mastering that. A lot of you, I've got this message. Congratulations, you made it. It comes with a lot of hard work, and I know a lot of you are already expressing how hard you're working, and for how many weeks now you've been going through some really tough time. But that goes to show that there's a taste of what's to come, which is your manifestation and your breakthrough. You are untouchable and spiritually protected. Know that. Even though sometimes you might feel very low, but it is still a test for you. A lot of you can see through the lies and deception, and that's something that you can now easily see through. And you're also seeing things for what it is. Certain things just isn't for you. And this can be talking about people. And not just people, but situations. And that energy may not be for you. And therefore you have to see it for what it is and leave it. Leave it alone. It's out of your hands and out of your control. A lot of you have moved away or moving away from troubled waters. It's been like that for a while now, because you go through a phase where it's certainly still going to come through, because you can't escape other people's intentions and what they do to you, but you are spiritually protected. You've gone through, from the past, being left out in the cold. And there were a lot of times where you have no support. You're left behind, and sometimes you felt so isolated and alone. But you were never alone. Spirit was testing you to see how far you can go. See, chosen ones and collective, you cannot be that successful without going through all these tough tests and challenges. You're leaving all that behind, because in the past, this is what you were getting. It was a lot of heartache and pain and suffering. But this is all in the past. Another one, Eight of Swords. You're reflecting on what's happened in the past, and there was a lot of darkness about it. But that was a time where you can actually see the light. Without these problems and issues, you're not ever going to come out of it. Spirit has to show you what it is like in order to get this breakthrough and success. You did go through some stagnancy and boredom, and you're looking for ways to make success. So in between now and the actual start of a complete breakthrough, you're going to feel bored and feel like nothing's happening. But in fact, a lot of things are happening. The reason why I say is that what's to come is that there's a lot of good things to come. You're going to be able to share your fortune and success and everything that you want with your loved ones, the people who mean something to you. It doesn't have to be family members. It could be friends that you you regard as family. Certainly some people have families that don't really matter because they don't really resonate with them, and they don't want you to do well. So I'm not talking about that. There's a lot of forward action as a result of your breakthrough coming up or about to come or have come. Because justice will be served to you accordingly, and you've done the work, so this is going to be good karma for you. You're nurturing what you have now. Now, this card doesn't need to be just a fertility card. For some, it could be. But for a lot of you, it could be your creativity, new endeavors that is going to be very lucrative. It causes celebration. You don't actually have to celebrate with everyone, but the people that mean something to you, and you can celebrate on your own, your victory. This is about your happiness, your true happiness that you are experiencing or about to experience. A lot of you have already started this, but in between, you still have to figure out how to still look after the people that still mean a lot to you. The Queen of Pentacles signifies somebody who's very good with achieving abundance and very successful, but in a way that has a very soft approach to life. They're very nurturing, And it's all about how to achieve greatness. This is a very great card, a very successful and abundant card. And lastly, one of the best cards in the tarot deck is you having everything that you want. The sun comes out after you've gone through all the darkness in the past, what I read before. So overall, even though a lot of you this week have experienced a lot of intense energy, admittedly, after I read this, it's 2 days after the full moon, and usually we may experience it leading up to the date of the full moon, and as well as that after, a few days after. So a lot of you are still carrying some burdens that are not really yours, but there's an obligation to just help out with the ones that really are not capable of seeing or helping themselves. But Spirit's asking you to just give it a little nudge and help, but not to the degree where you have to do everything. Create some boundaries in letting the other person know what you can do and what you won't be doing if they're not willing to put in the work. And lastly, what do I need to say? I'm just trying to see if there's any other messages that will come through. I just want to make this fairly short and not too long, but lastly, you are doing extremely well in terms of your finances. I know some of you might be saying, when is it coming? But a lot of you have already started to get the abundance. Now, I have one message for some readers that are finding it very tough lately to move to a completely new beginning. What you have to do is not just bottle it all up in your head, but you need to write things down in what needs to be taken into action. So doing it, feel the fear and do it anyway, is what will happen. And just say, well, F it, I'm just going to do it. Use that method I mentioned a while back in the readings. Count from 5 to 1, the 5-second rule. And you can actually just start to see some concrete results, some physical ones. And of course, I always, every day, I use the Bob Proctor affirmations, 10 things that I'm grateful for. Send love to 3 people that bother you, and be quiet for 5 minutes and ask for guidance. And normally I get more time to get quiet anyway. I hope this helps, and if you'd like to give me some feedback, I welcome that always. I'm sending you lots of love and blessings, and see you in the next reading. Bye for now.